year arrives, and with them another batch of new players entering the world of Genshin Impact. If you are one of those, well, you're in for a treat, that's for sure. Not only that, building characters, artifact stats, elemental reactions, and team building. Maybe too much to handle at one, right? In this guide, we'll tackle team building first, as it's one of the basics in the game. Every combination of characters, new or old, will result in a different team with a different strategy. We'll show you some teams that'll help you learn and make your own. Number 10. Traveler, Amber, Lisa, and Kaeya. It's obvious the first one should be the starter team. Before you pull for anyone in any banner, these 4 characters will be given for free to you. Neither Amber, Lisa, or Kaeya will cost you any wishes, so make the most use of these characters. Amber's and Lisa's ranged attacks, together with the Traveler's and Kaeya's melee DPS, will make an all-round team. What makes this team great? Balanced team with various elements and positions. Free with no cost on Primo Gems. Traveler can be an Anemo, Geo, or Electro character. Team's details. Traveler, DPS. Amber, sub-DPS. Lisa, Enabler. Kaeya, DPS. Number 9. Beidou, Xingqiu, Fiscal, and Sucrose. In this team, we find the pirate captain Beidou. Next to her, we have another Electro character Fiscal, for passive damage, a Hydro character Xingqiu, for healing and Hydro applying, and Sucrose, for elemental resistance decrease in enemies. This team of support enables Beidou to increase her DPS to conquer the 7 seas. What makes this team great? Beidou's counter is a powerful nuke. Electro resistance reduced. Passive extra damage from Fiscal, Xingqiu, and Electro charged. Team's details. Beidou, DPS. Xingqiu, Healer and Enabler. Fiscal, Enabler. Sucrose, Enabler. 8, Xiao, Sucrose, Barbara, and Xingqiu a double element pair, Anemo and Hydro. The Anemo resonance makes Xiao's attacks faster and his DPS greater. The Hydro resonance increases the healing received from Barbara as Xingqiu. This helps stop Xiao's death, which is always near as he loses HP when using his Elemental Burst, aka his main DPS ability. What makes this team great? One of the best DPS in-game, best for Star Healer. Hydro bonus and passive damage, fast energy recharge thanks to battery team's details, Xiao, DPS. Sucrose, battery, CC, and Enabler. Barbara, Healer. Xingqiu, Healer and Enabler. 7, Keqing, Fiscal, Chongyun, and Xingqiu the DPS, now as Keqing, from the Qixing of Liyue. Her 3 supports will be Fiscal, Chongyun, and Xingqiu. Energy recharge and sub-DPS areas given by Fiscal's skill, and Xingqiu and Chongyun's goal is to cause elemental reactions and freeze everything in their way. Keqing will have free reign with these 3 helping. What makes this team great? One of the best DPS in early game. Makes various elemental reactions, Frozen, Cryo plus Hydro, Superconductor, Cryo plus Electro, and Electrocharged, Hydro plus Electro. Team's details. Keqing, DPS. Fiscal, Enabler. Chongyun, sub-DPS and Enabler. Xingqiu, Enabler and Healer. 6, Qiqi, Barbara, Chongyun, and Razor 2 DPS, or just one, you decide. What do I mean? Well, Razor is a DPS for sure, with his Super Electro Elemental Burst and all. On the other hand, Qiqi can deal tons of damage thanks to her tons of ATK. This can make her a DPS as well as a healer. To have both of them attack or just one of them is your choice. What makes this team great? Best healers in the early game. Constant healing. Good crowd control with enemies freezing. Team's details. Qiqi, Healer, Enabler, and DPS or just Healer. Barbara, Healer and Enabler. Chongyun, Enabler. Razor, Enabler and sub-DPS or DPS. 5, Dialek, Chongyun, Barbara, and Fiscal, and here we start to have some really good DPS. The first example is Dialek, the best early game DPS character in the game. His pyro element can make amplifying reactions such as Melt, with Chongyun's Cryo, Vaporize, with Barbara's Hydro, or Overload, with Fiscal's Electro. These reactions increase his damage a mile further, making him unstoppable. What makes this team Kaeya one of the best DPS in the game? Good crowd control with freezing. Passive damage with Electro skill. Various elemental reactions. 2 of the best 4-star supports. Team's details. Dialek, DPS. Chongyun, sub DPS and enabler. Barbara, healer and enabler. Fiscal, enabler.